fight new round now. New round. New round over here. You already know, my man. They got everything. Oh, snap.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Today, it is a great honor to confer an honorary degree upon William Maurice Cowan, the highest honor that Newbury College can bestow. William, your ambition and persistence have served you and others well. Throughout your career, you have distinguished yourself by your unwavering commitment to the law and to public service. Your profound legal acumen and work ethic have you the trust of your colleagues and your community. Throughout your career, you have been greeted with new and different challenges. True to your character, you have faced these challenges head-on. Each time you have faced these challenges, you chose to leave the stability of the known for the new, the exciting, the unknown. The proverbial path to these successes is oftentimes not paved, but that certainty has not stopped you from exploring, from discovering, and from flourishing. As Chief Legal Counsel and then Chief of Staff on Beacon Hill, you advised Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick on legal and policy matters, directed strategic planning and operations, earning his trust so that when the Commonwealth needed an interim senator, Governor Patrick chose wisely. Through hard work and extraordinary comprehension of legislation issues, you commanded the respect of your colleagues in the Senate and the admiration of your constituents. As only the second African American to represent Massachusetts in the Senate, and as one of two African American senators serving in the 113th Congress, you exemplify the ideal of breaking through old established barriers so that many others can follow. Today, you bring your latest role at Mintz Levin and ML Strategies, a vast and experiential knowledge of government and business relations. Your commitment to the Boston community is to be commended and is unmatched by most. Dedicating your spare time as a director, officer, trustee, member, and advisor among several groups over the past 2 decades, you tirelessly serve 12 professional and community organizations. You've been recognized as a Corporate Citizen of the Month by the Boston Bar Journal, a top 40 business leader under 40 by the Boston Business Journal, and as a Massachusetts super lawyer. Newbury feels a deep sense of pride in joining the long list of organizations who have honored your contributions and who have contributed to your remarkable achievements to date. Senator Cowan, as Newbury College, we strive each day to prepare our students for lifelong learning. Whether on Fisher Hill, Beacon Hill, or Capitol Hill, we can think of no one better to inspire our graduates as you continue to inspire those around you. Therefore, it is with great pride and by the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts and the trustees of Newbury College, I confer upon you Senator William Maurice Cowan, the Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Welcome to the class of 2015. To deliver today's commencement address, please welcome Senator and now Dr. Mo Cowan.
Thank you, and a good New England morning, about to be afternoon to all. President Gillo, trustees, faculty, administrators, distinguished guests, family, parents, and yes, most especially, the Newbury College class of 2015. I am honored to be with you today. Although, Mr. President, had I known I would have to follow Sierra, I might have reconsidered this. What a day to celebrate. We celebrate today because, of course, you graduated. But not only are you graduating today, your mothers and those who have acted as your mothers celebrate today as well. Because, of course, today is May 10th, National Clean Up Your Room Day. That's right. All around the land, children are honoring their mothers and fathers by picking up after themselves and getting their acts together. Of course, here at Newbury College, we call that Commencement Day. Of course, many of today's graduates likely know May 10th by its other designation, National Stay Up All Night Day. Someone somewhere saw fit to dedicate this date for those who have yet to learn to appreciate the value of a good night's sleep and the truism that nothing, and I assure you nothing good, happens after 2 a.m. In other words, college students. But seriously, today is Mother's Day, the single most important day of the year. Just ask your mother. And as the President mentioned earlier, I cannot think of a better gift than your commitment to those who have acted as your mothers. Mothers love nothing more than to see and witness their children's achievements. Still, class of 2015, do not be fooled. If any of you in the excitement of your graduation fail to send your mom flowers or make brunch reservations, I pity you. Hell hath no fury like a mother denied a mid-afternoon mimosa. All jokes aside, I want to take a moment to acknowledge not just the mothers, but all your family members here today and elsewhere. I wish you could stand here and look out upon them as I do and see them as they are. The looks on their faces tell me they're equally filled with the pride of your accomplishments and the relief that most of you affected today are on your own financially. Your moms and families are more proud of you at this moment than you can ever know. So, class of 2015, if you are able, please join me on your feet. Let's stand and salute the people who helped you get this far. Thank you. Now, graduates, the focus of my remarks today is common for events like this, yet it is a topic, though often discussed at length by almost everyone everywhere, we still struggle to define it for ourselves, and that is success. Success is the loud and proud refrain of a day like today. You have made it to that most covetous moment that has meant opportunity and betterment for so many. In a few moments, you will walk on this stage, receive a piece of parchment that will help you discover and unleash your passions. Make your dreams a reality and begin to leave your mark on the world on your terms. When you leave here today, if you remember anything about my speech, and I appreciate as commencement speaker, that's a mighty big gift, I hope that you can remember a simple semantic distinction. Today I aim to talk about how to be successful, but not define what success should be for you. Ultimately, success is something that you have to define for yourself. The what and the who and the where of your life that make you happiest are yours to determine. I really want to impart three basic tenets that I have learned along the way that I feel may help you decide how to get to those self-determined moments of joy and success. The first, wherever you are, whatever you do, use integrity as your barometer. I often use a dichotomy of self-worth and net worth to clarify this point. Starting tomorrow, you will find yourself, like it or not, measured for the rest of your life by two values, your net worth and your self-worth. Often we become fixated on the former because it is more and easily tangibly measured, because often it seems the only thing other people want to talk about. We obsess over starting salaries, bonuses, raises, interest, and investments. Indeed, I imagine that more than once of your time here at Newbury College, inside and outside your classrooms, you have debated the best way to trade on this exquisite Newbury College education to maximize your net worth. It's okay if you did. You can admit it. We all do it. It's human nature. Yet, while you are today at that exciting and daunting point of starting a career, setting out on your own, and taking responsibility for your own expenses, I ask that amid the dollar signs, you search for those intangible things that will make you valued members of our society. Your education here has prepared you for financial success, and I have no doubt that each of you will be successful in that regard. The question for each of you is, what will you do pursuing financial success to cultivate your self-worth? I won't bother to define for you net worth. As I said, others will do that for you for the rest of your days. But I will like to talk about self-worth. You see, self-worth is the return on the investment in pursuing a full life with true purpose, with making a difference in the world. Self-worth is who you are, what's important to you, how you live, your values, and these should never ever be compromised or negotiated away. One way to increase your self-worth and make sure it is balanced against whatever may be your net worth is to adopt a policy of constant reinvestment. No, I'm not discussing reinvestment in money, but of the wealth of resources that you bring to each and every situation. Your personality, your problem-solving skills, your empathy, your creativity, and your ultimate desire to leave this world better than you found it. If you reinvest these and the rest of your treasures into your loved ones, your communities, and your workplaces, you will experience a self-worth payout of significant dividend. And it is this reward, your legacy indeed, that will outlast any amount of money in your bank account. This very institution was founded by leaders with the goal of giving back through education. They are part of a tradition promoting an environment where students can become men and women of service and purpose. They challenge us to seek wisdom, consider our self-worth, and find ways to better the world around us. And so today I challenge you to extend that philosophy into everything you encounter and undertake. My second piece of advice is not only to anticipate failure, but to own it and even relish it. Now, these are tough words to hear on a day when you feel on top of the highest mountain you may have ever scaled. But hear me out. Hear me out, because there cannot be true success without the possibility of failure. Hear me out, because I am someone who has succeeded only because I learned to no longer fear failure. Hear me out, because in my 46 years I have come to know that life's best lessons often are best learned from our attempts at success that come up short. Sometimes you come up just a little short, and sometimes you fail so spectacularly that you can't imagine ever succeeding at anything again. That certainly is how I felt during my first year of college. I did well in high school and went to college to pursue a pre-med degree. I did so because a lot of people told me they thought I would make a good doctor. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do or be at that point in my life, but being a doctor sounded pretty good since other people were saying it. In hindsight, I might have been telling that none of those people were doctors themselves, but I digress. Because I had always done well academically, I had no doubt that I would blow the lid off my pre-med classes. Failure was neither an option nor a possibility in my mind. Well, turns out that my failure was very much on the mind of my freshman chemistry teacher. Because that's what I did in his class. I failed spectacularly. That's right, less than one semester into my selected academic and medical career, I was looking for another academic career. I was bummed, and if I'm being honest with you, I was embarrassed. Never before had I experienced such failure, in the classroom at least. My high school dating career was a different story. But my freshman chemistry failure turned out to be one of the best things that happened to me in college. Because when I failed, I learned that I had to take ownership of my life and career goals so that I could choose the best course of study that suited me. My failure also taught me that I should not be afraid or embarrassed to look to others, professors, academic counselors, classmates, and family, to help me realize my true north, instead of relying solely on what passed from my limited knowledge at the time. In other words, if I had not failed chemistry that freshman semester, I never would have served in the Senate, or had the privilege of addressing you on your graduation day. Now, I have skipped a few steps, several years even, but the fact remains that my failure presented me with an opportunity to learn and succeed the next time. More than anything, graduates, our failures mean we tried. In fact, true failure only comes when we fail to try or fail to learn from that experience. It is hard to fail, said President Theodore Roosevelt, but it is far worse never to have tried to succeed. Now, you're sitting here today, so I suspect you know this already. And I know you couldn't have made it here without the one tool you need to be successful against any odds and every failure: an unshakable sense of optimism. It's a trait that you share with the strongest and the greatest among us. Those who are constantly elevating humanity and stretching the limits of our abilities to better ourselves and better this world. Optimism is what drove Arianna Huffington to continue her career as a published author and news mogul after being rejected 36 times by publishers. It's what drove Milton Hershey to found Hershey's Chocolate after he watched his first 3 candy companies fail. And optimism is what drove a man I know pretty well, Walt Patrick, to keep pursuing his dream of becoming a lawyer, despite twice failing the bar exam, and it pushed him to become an advisor to presidents, a lawyer to some of the world's largest companies, and the first person of color to serve as the governor of this Commonwealth. And yes, optimism also is what afforded me the life I enjoy today with my family. When I was a child, dreams of being a partner at a law firm, being chief of staff for a governor, or serving as United States Senator did not register on my list of aspirations because they barely registered on my list of possibilities. I was born into a small, rural farming community in North Carolina just 5 years after the Civil Rights Act. There are 3,000 people in my hometown. You will see more than that as you pass through the city today. My father was a machinist and my mother was a seamstress. Both were children of the Jim Crow South, denied opportunity and equality solely because of the color of their skin. And even though the Civil Rights Act had become the law, the shadow of Jim Crow haunted them for most of their lives. To their generation, the idea of a black person serving as a governor, a senator, or even the president of the United States was nothing more than a distant dream, clouded by decades of racism and hate. Yet, my parents, my mother in particular, made clear to us by every word and deed that no one was better than us, we were better than no one else, but we could be anyone's equal if we tried. Placed on an advanced track in high school that eventually led me to being the first member of my immediate family to attend a four-year college. And I know my story resonates with many in the audience. And I assure you there definitely were moments along my journey when failure felt imminent, especially during freshman chemistry in college. Yet I found my strength and my motivation toward resiliency in the key people of my life. I relied on my mentors who had successfully navigated terrains similar to my own that were new to me. And I learned that optimism can work in 2 motivating ways. It can help you pick yourself up after failing and help you take a risk and leap boldly into the unknown. And as you prepare to head off into your own unknown, I can assure you that success, however you define it, is on the horizon. But I also must assure you that there will be bigger, tougher mountains to scale in your future. Yet I'm also here to guarantee you that you, like me, will stumble as you climb, but you must climb on still and reach higher. You must not quit, you must never quit, for it is only in the face of resignation that failure actually finds a home. Finally, the key to defining yourself is in realizing, graduates, that it's not unique to life's destination. It belies our entire journey. Your newly minted status of college graduate is evidence that you understand the importance of throwing yourself headfirst into life, even if that means confronting challenges and heartbreak and and uncertainty head on. Graduates, as the President said, these are trying times in which we live. But Newbury College, I believe, has tailor-made you for these times. When you received your acceptance letter from Newbury College, the anticipation of this day, these few fleeting hours that are often a tedious exercise, are not what you said yes for. Yes, today is the summit of this particular peak, and this is the day when you finally get to close the book on an incredibly formative chapter of your life. But I want to emphasize and want you to recall that it was an attraction to the formative meat of this experience. That is what likely originally drove you to dedicate yourself to it. It was the long nights spent studying and laughing with friends, the moments of incredible illumination in your favorite classes, and the celebrations of the hard-fought victories of the Nighthawks that made you say yes to this place. It was the journey that would take you through a multitude of ups and downs, with the ultimate goal of making it to this day that made you say yes to Newbury College. Believe me when I say this, this is not a unique experience to college. After you leave here, if you allow yourself to be open to the richness of each and every journey you embark upon, you will be rewarded handsomely. As I mentioned before, there will be stumbles and pitfalls along the way. And there will be moments when you feel that your very foundation is completely gutted and you may lose your footing entirely. But your success in these moments will be defined by your resiliency, and I encourage you to be brave enough to rely upon someone else if needed, and to allow yourself to be carried until you can stand on your own 2 feet, knowing that you would do the same for someone else when the tables are turned. There also will be seamless and endless plateaus in your journey, periods where you feel neither up nor down. Quite frankly, and this may be hard to believe, these can be sometimes more overwhelming than your stumbles, as there is no clear line between what you can do to make it right or better, or what you can do to fix it. Instead, you'll be left with your dreams in one hand and your reality in the other, with no clue how to link the two together. But I believe there's a key to finding success in the planes of our lives, and it is in investing in the people of our lives. Take these moments where you feel plateaued to reach out to old friends, to take a chance on new ones, to accept the kindness of strangers and to return it in kind. And take this chance to become involved in your community, to give back to those who need it most. And believe me, there will always be people who need it greatly. And in return, you may discover that missing link between your dreams and reality, and in so doing, begin to define your success. Graduates, know that the building blocks for your success already are yours. They're already in your pockets, and candidly, they always have been. Today, Newbury College simply certifies those components after granting you a plan for success called your college degree. Just remember, as you go forth and race in the direction of your dreams, to every once in a while allow the sun to fall on your back, much as it has today, and take a moment to indulge in reflection. And reflect on the beautiful thing that is your life itself, and fill every space for every moment you occupy. If you do, I am quite confident that you will purposefully define your own success. Class of 2015, I wish you that success and ever so much more. Good luck, guys.